Yes. Very good. So, Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Ganga Svaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Pranamami Haripriye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Welcome everyone. Today on Balarama's appearance day, we're very happy to see that in Germany there are still many devotees. And in the morning I was thinking, oh, only a handful. But here there are 3 handfuls. So that's better than 1 handful. I'm going to read from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 82, entitled Krishna Meets the Inhabitants of Vrindavan. The word is on the board, it goes as follows. Shri Shuka Uvacha Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chirad Abhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chirad Abhishtam.
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chirad Abhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chirad Abhishtam.
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti.
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti.
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas.
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas.
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yuyam Durapam
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam.
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chiradabhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chiradabhishtam.
Yat Prekshane Tishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti.
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas
Drigbhir Hridhi Kritam Alam Pariravya Sarvas.
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam
Tadbhavam Apurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam.
Please stand.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chiradabhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Upalabhya Chiradabhishtam.
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Pakshma Kritam Shapanti
Yat Shane Trishu Vakshmakritam Shapanti
Trikviriti Kritam Alam Parirabhya Sarvas
Trikviriti Kritam Alam Parirabhya Sarvas
Tadbhavamapura Pinidya Yujam Durapam
Tadbhavamapura Pinidya Yujam Durapam.
Mothers, the verse is too long.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Gopyascha Krishna Mupaladya Chiradabhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Mupaladya Chiradabhishtam
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Vakshmukritam Shapanti
Yad Prekshane Drishishu Vakshmakritam Shapanti
Drikviridi Kritamalam Aparirabhya Sarvas
Drikviridi Kritamalam Parirabhya Sarvas
Tatvavamapua Pinitya Yujam Durapam
Tadbhavamapura Pinitya Yujam Durapam.
Very good. Anybody else likes to try?
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Gopiyascha Krishna Mupalabhya Chiradabhishtam
Gopyascha Krishna Mupaladya Chiradabhishtam
Yat Prekshane Drishishu Vakshmakritam Sapanti
Yad Prekshane Drishishu Vakshmakritam Shapanti
Vibhirvidikritanadam Parirabhya Sarvas
Drikviridi Parirabhya Sarvas
Tadbhavamapurapi Nitya Yujam Durapam
Tadbhavamapura Pinitya Yujam Durapam.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shukadeva Goswami said,
Sukadeva Goswami said,
Gopyaha,
Gopyaha,
the young cowherd women,
the young cowherd women,
Cha
Cha
and Krishnam,
Krishnam,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Upalabhya,
Uparabhya,
citing,
citing,
Chirat,
Chirat,
after a long time,
after a long time,
Abhishtam,
Abhishtam,
their object of desire,
their object of desire,
Yat,
Yad,
whom,
whom,
Prekshane,
Prekshane,
while seeing,
while seeing,
Drishishu,
Drishishu,
on their eyes,
on their eyes,
Pakshma,
Pakshma,
of lids,
of lids,
Kritam,
Kritam,
the maker,
the maker,
Shapanti,
Shapanti,
they would curse,
they will curse,
Drigvihi,
Drigvihi,
with their eyes,
with their eyes,
Hridikritam,
Hridikritam,
taken unto their hearts,
taken unto their hearts,
Alam,
Alam,
to their satisfaction,
to their satisfaction,
Parirabhya,
Parirabhya,
embracing,
embracing,
Sarva,
Sarva,
all of them,
all of them,
Tat,
Tat,
in him,
in him,
Bhavam,
Bhavam,
ecstatic absorption,
ecstatic absorption,
Apuhu,
Apuhu,
attained,
attained,
Api,
Api,
even though,
even though,
Nitya,
Nitya,
constantly,
constantly,
Yujam,
Yujam,
for those who engage in yogic discipline,
for those who engage in yogic discipline,
Durapam,
Durapam,
difficult to attain.
difficult to attain.
Translation and purport. Shukadeva Goswami said, while gazing at the beloved Krishna, the young gopis used to condemn the creator of their eyelids, which would momentarily block their vision of him. Now, seeing Krishna again after such a long separation, with their eyes they took him into their heart and they embraced him to their full satisfaction. In this way, they became totally absorbed in ecstatic meditation on him. Although those who constantly practice mystic yoga find such absorption difficult to achieve. Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, just then Lord Balaram saw the gopis standing a short distance away. Seeing them trembling with eagerness to meet Krishna and apparently ready to give up their lives if they could not, he tactfully decided to get up and involve himself elsewhere. Then the gopis attained the state described in the current verse. In referring to the gopis' intolerant disrespect of Lord Brahma, the creator of islets, Shukadeva Goswami is giving vent to his own subtle jealousy of the gopis' favored position. Srila Jiva Goswami offers an alternate understanding for the phrase Nitya Yujam, which means even of the Lord's personal queens, who tend to be proud of their constant association with him. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada writes, because they had been separated from Krishna for so many years, the gopis, having come along with Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda, felt intense ecstasy in seeing Krishna. No one can even imagine how anxious the gopis were to see Krishna again. As soon as Krishna became visible to them, they took him inside their heart through their eyes and embraced him to their full satisfaction. Even though they were embracing Krishna only mentally, they became so ecstatic and overwhelmed with joy that for the time being, they completely forgot themselves. The ecstatic trance which they achieved simply by mentally embracing Krishna is impossible to achieve even for great yogis constantly engaged in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna could understand that the gopis were wrapped in ecstasy by embracing him in their minds, and therefore, since he is present in everyone's heart, he also reciprocated the embraces from within. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurun dinakarinam. So this chapter describes that Krishna and the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they meet again after a very, very long time. And it deals with the chapter that they went to Kurukshetra, and there, after a long time, the gopis saw Krishna again. But what is Balaram's role in this? We'd like to discuss that a little bit. And Prabhupada mentions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that the personality of Godhead, Shri Balaram in Krishna Loka, is the original Sankarshan. And Sankarshan means the attracting deity. Sam, completely, Akarshan means to attract. And a form of the Sankarshan, of the Balaram, he expands as the Mahasankarshan, who resides in the Vaikuntha planets. So I can visualize it like this. You are now located in Golokadham, right? The Golokadham, which is there in the spiritual sky with many petals, and in the sky there is no darkness, there is only light, and it's flooded with lights, and many planets are floating there, all Vaikuntha planets. But then among these planets, you find like a bubble of soap. You know, when you have soap and you make a little ring and then you blow and it becomes a bell, you know, like a soap bell. When I was a kid, there were these kind of games they used to do. People used to take a pipe and they would smoke, and then they would blow a bell, and there used to be smoke in that bell, and it would float like this. Right? So imagine you see in the spiritual sky a smoky bell floating, surrounded like three-dimensional water. That's the entire material creation, is within that bubble. And it is a bit smoky. It is smoky, not so fresh and ecstatic as the rest is, but it's mysterious. It's very mysterious. And we like mysteries. So we decide, let's see what is there. And say, no, don't go there. That people who go there, they don't easily return. That is Durga. It's difficult to come back from, Durga. No, I want to know. It looks very interesting. So then, okay, if you say 3 times is right, then you depart from Golok, and you enter that soap bell. That soap bell, which you see, is a huge ocean called Viraja. And within that soap bell, there's another ocean called Causal Ocean. And there, a great personality is lying down. His name is Mahasankarsana or Mahavishnu or Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. And when you enter there, all of a sudden you feel sleepy. Because the Lord there himself is expanding as Yoga Nidra. which means a kind of sleep in which it's a meditative sleep. That means he is connected with the Vaikuntha planets and Goloka pastimes, but inside. And outside he manifests like a sleeping state. But you who enter into this divine realm become really asleep. You forget about your relationship with Krishna and Goloka, and you fall in deep sleep. Like we mentioned in morning class, there are different states of consciousness. There is wake, there is dreaming, there is deep sleep, and there is transcendental consciousness. And in Sanskrit they are called Jagran, wake, Swapna, dreaming, Sushupti, deep sleep without dreaming, and Turiya, transcendental consciousness. So you were in your transcendental consciousness looking at the soap bell, smoky soap bell. That was your Turiya consciousness, completely bliss, Sat Chit Ananda Vigara. You are living eternal, full knowledge, ecstasy, and beautiful form. But you are curious. What is there? Something which is not found here. Yes, suffering is not found in your world. So you wanted to see there, and then you entered there and entered into deep sleep. And there, this Mahasankarshan, he gave you something. Ego. False ego. You forgot your real ego, and you are covered by all kinds of strange bodies. A body made of intelligence, a body made of mind, a body made of gross elements. And then when everything was ready, you could move in that soap bell as a person from Germany, right? Sitting right here. You got this gift from Lord Vishnu. This is what happened. But yes, it says here that to facilitate that existence in this material world, Balarama expands into this Mahavishnu Sankarshan, and he supplies all things necessary for everyone to live here. As a matter of fact, there is a verse where Yamuna Devi, she glorifies Balarama. What happened is one day, Balaram, he went to Vrindavan to see how everyone is doing there, and he met his Gopi girlfriends. Balaram has another group of Gopi girlfriends. And he decided to bathe with them in the Yamuna river, but Yamuna didn't want to come. So then he showed his power by dragging the Yamuna towards the place he wanted. Then Yamuna, she prayed to Balaram, understanding his power. Rama Rama Mahabaho na jane tvam vikrama yasyekam sena vidrita jagati jagatah pate. She says, Rama Rama Mahabaho, oh greatly powerful Rama, Balaram. Actually, Prabhupada one time was asked by disciples, Prabhupada, who's more powerful, Krishna or Balaram? They ask all kinds of questions, right? Who's more powerful, Krishna or Balaram? Anybody knows? You have to reply the way Prabhupada replied. No speculation. Yes.
That Krishna is more powerful because Balaram is leaning on Krishna.
Very good. When Balaram needs more support, then he leans on Krishna. So therefore Krishna is more powerful. That's what Prabhupada said. So, but still he's Mahabahu, so immensely powerful. He was dragging the Jamuna, and she said, Na jane tava vikrama, I didn't know your power, please forgive me. Yasyaiking sena, yasyaika angshena vidhrita. Just by your angsha, by a particle of you, jagati jagatah pate, you are maintaining this earth like the Lord of all planets. Now, anybody who has studied Gita, when you hear this word, angsha, it reminds you of a verse which Gita Krishna speaks at the end of the 10th chapter of the Gita, describing his opulences. He says that, Athava bahunaitena kim jatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekam shena sthito jagat. And that means, but what is the need, O Arjun, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, angsha means as Sankarshan Baladev, I pervade and support the entire universe. So, when we read the 10th chapter of the Gita, where Krishna describes Of all the animals, I am the lion. Of all the mountains, I am Mount Meru. Of everything which is fixed, I am the Himalayas. Then what does he mean? How is he pervading? He's pervading in the form of Sankarshan Balaram, Krishna. We know this from the blessings of Mother Yamuna. So, Balaram is also known as the Sandhini Shakti. A Sandhini Shakti is the energy which means to literally compromising and uniting energy. And we find Balaram, the Balaram principle, as gravity all-pervading. Everywhere there is gravity, so everywhere there is Balaram. And similarly in the spiritual world, it is Balaram who maintains all forms of eternity, and especially the Swarup, the eternal forms. These are given by Balaram. The absolute truth in Gaudiya Vaishnavism has three aspects: Sandhini, Samvit and Haladini, which manifest as Srimati Radharani Haladini, Samvit as Krishna, and Sandhini potency as Balaram. So, this is the essence, the philosophical essence of Balaram. He also has a form of Lord Shiva. When Mahavishnu is glancing at the creation in the form of a Jyotirlinga, it says like a dim light comes from his third eye. That is Shambhu. That is an aspect also of Sankarshan. And we know him in our tradition as Advaita Acharya. He is two, but he's also not two. He is Shiva and he is Vishnu at the same time. And this form of Shiva is being worshipped in Bhubaneswar as, what's his name? Anyway, in Bhubaneswar you have a Lingam, Lingaraja, and he's offered Tulsi and Bil at the same time. Because both Vishnu and Shiva are combined in that form. So where does it come from? It comes from the reflection of the third eye. So in this way, in essence, we can understand what Balaram is. Now, Balaram, he creates the field of ego for the jivas so that they can take birth in the material world. And therefore, that form is called Sankarshan. And for Krishna, he prepares the field for descending in the womb of Devaki. And Balaram has a great task in doing that. The Katha goes as follows, is that Brahma has a mind-born son, and his name is Marichi. And Marichi had 6 sons who happened to laugh at Brahma when he was attracted to his own daughter. So the question can arise, why is Brahma doing like that? What had happened to him? Well, if something is not created by Brahma, it cannot have any existence in this world. And therefore, ignorance, 4 types of ignorance, Brahma also created. The jivas wanted to enjoy this smoky soap material world, so he made it very smoky. And people who are into smoky moods, they do all kinds of tamasic things, right? They literally smoke. They like to, when the sun goes down and darkness is veiling the world, then they crawl out of their holes and fly into the darkness. This is material world, right? Somebody has to create to facilitate that, right? Like bats and shadows. So Brahma has to do all this so that jivas can fulfill their tamasic desires. But what happened? The sons of Marichi laughed at Brahma, and by this they broke the etiquette. Other sons, like the 4 Kumaras, also saw this happening, and they corrected their own father that, my dear father, a person in your position, it doesn't befit to act like this. And then Brahma gave up that body, the tamasic body. But the laughter of the Marichi Putras, the 6 Marichi sons, Brahma could not tolerate, and he cursed them. You will become demons. So now you can understand how you become from a demigod, you turn into a demon species. It's because of a curse. And they became the sons of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu had another son named Kalanini. And the Acharyas explained, after being sons of Hiranyakashipu, they also have to take birth again as the sons of this Kalanini. And being the sons of Kalanini, they were called the Shatgarbhas, and they went to perform austerities to satisfy Lord Brahma. And when Lord Brahma appeared, then they chose the boon that they could not be killed by any deva, nor by any plague or disease like corona, or yakshas, gandharvas, siddhas, charanas, humans, or any rishi. Means that they could not be cursed by a rishi. Very intelligent. But Hiranyakashipu thought that his grandsons have given up his association and therefore he didn't like them anymore. He said that, you go, I don't want to see you anymore, but I curse you. That your father will take birth as Kansa and he will kill you all. And this is what happened, is that the 6 sons which Devaki had, they were the incarnations of these Sadagarbhas. And the Acharyas explain that these 6, they represent Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. These sons. So you can wonder how they came into the womb of Devaki where the Supreme Lord has to descend. What is this? Well, therefore, Sankarshan came to clean the situation. The point was, after they get killed by Kansa, these Sadgarbhas, they will be released from their curse. And they can re-attain their original position as Devatas, as the sons of Marichi. So then Balaram comes, and he enters as Sesha into the womb of Devaki to create a suitable situation for the appearance of Sri Krishna. That is Balaram's task. You find always, wherever Vishnu is situated, there is always Ananta Sesha. Always his eternal snake bed. So that is one function of Balaram. As he is the substratum of Mahavishnu, of deep sleep, inertness of this world, so he is also the substratum, the existence, supporting energy for Krishna's pastimes. So, Kansa, he is fear, and Devaki is bhakti. And that means that if a devotee is fearful for falling into material maya, that will purify his bhakti. We should be fearful for maya. And Prabhupada once said to his disciples, your problem is that you're not afraid of Maya. You think, she's okay. She's okay. You know? But she's not okay, according to Balaram. He comes and he enters into the womb of Devaki, and then Sri Krishna orders Yogamaya. You now take Balaram from the womb of Devaki into the womb of his eternal mother, Rohini, so that he can reside in Brajabhumi. Rohini was, at that time, when Kansa was ruling, she was residing in Nandagaon, along with Yashoda. And in this way, she came and the Sankarshan was attracted into the womb. So, this is also different aspects of the mysterious tasks which Balaram is fulfilling in Krishna's pastimes. So, Balaram has his own gopi friends, and how does he deal with Shri Krishna's gopi girlfriends? Something we find in this chapter also. And he very much respects the bhava, the love the gopis have for Shri Krishna. And he acts also like a messenger and consoler by bringing Krishna's letters. There is a chapter in the 10th canto, 65, where when Balaram went to Vrindavan to meet the inhabitants, then the gopis also went to speak to him and asking, is Krishna ever remembering us? So Balaram, he observed the intense love, and then he says, Shankashanastu Krishnasya Sandeshaya Hridayam Gamai Shantvayam Asha Bhagavan Nananu Nayako Vidaha. The Supreme Lord Balaram, the attractor of all being, expert at various kinds of conciliation, consoled the gopis by relaying to them the confidential messages Lord Krishna had sent with them. These messages deeply touched the gopis' hearts. So Krishna, he wrote handwritten letters. He didn't use Microsoft, he didn't use mobiles, he used a pen, and he wrote letters. Because by handwriting one can also read the emotion in which it is written. So all the gopis got, I have something for you. You wanted to know whether Krishna remembers you? Here, This is your letter. It's your name is on it. This is your name on it. So all this way, Balarama is distributing all the messages, confidential messages, to all the gopis. And the acharyas have written that when the gopis wanted to write back to Krishna an answer to their letters, then they would think what to write. And he would write something and then cut. No, not like this. And he would write, yes, this is okay. And he would help that paper or that palm to their heart. It used to burn into ashes. So much heat of separation was there for Krishna. This is Braja Bhava. So, Balaram came and he had to speak to the gopis like in this verse. Also in this verse we find that Balaram tactfully decided to get up and involve himself elsewhere. Then the gopis attained the state described in the current verse. So Balaram is acting also as an intermediate. We don't find this very often. Most of the time we know that Uddhava, he went to Braj and brought all these letters. And he told all the gopis, look, Krishna has written letters for you. But everyone have a letter here. He brought many, many letters. And you all should write something back for Krishna. The beautiful songs the acharyas have written on this. Specifically a song from the great Mirabai. In that mood, she's writing, Padiya mein kaise likhu, likhiyo na jaye. So how can I write a letter, O Uddhava? Hamari vipat tum dekh chale, Udho Hari Jisu kahiyo jaye, likhiyo na jaye. Now Uddhava, I try to write, but my hand starts trembling and tears are flowing out of my eyes like torrents, like a waterfall. How can I write? You know Uddhava, you just go to Hari and tell him how we feel. This message we bring. This is the letter we give. Because I'm not able to write any letter. And Uddhava was the messenger who brought these messages to Hari. He even said, I'm willing to give up this Mathura and go and live there. You must come and see the gopis. He was signing. Uddhava was signing with the gopis. Like that. Balaram has a similar situation. He's going to console Krishna, you should go to Braj. But Krishna doesn't want to go to Braj. If they are already so much absorbed in him while he's absent, what will happen if he would arrive there? So it was already a very fearful situation. When Akrur came with his chariot, they were lying down in front of the chariot. Do you want to go? Want to break our relationship? Then drive over us. This is the mood of the gopis. So, now, from the gopis, Balaram is of course in Sakhya Bhava, in a mood of friendship, and because he is a little bit elder, and Krishna will take birth about 2 weeks from now, when Janmashtami comes. So he's elder, and he's controlling Krishna. You should do like this. And in this regard, Balaram sometimes sides with the cowherd boys in order to defeat Krishna or in order to tease Krishna. Specifically, Surdas has written about this. Surdas is a blind saint from Braj. And he is one of the 8 Gopalas incarnated. And it says that Surdas, when he became very old, then he was writing his poems and he didn't know how to finish them. It says when Surdas used to sing, then Krishna would come and sit and listen personally. And one day Surdas said, my dear Krishna, I have so many poets which I could not finish. What should I do with them? And Krishna said, you give all these copies to me. I will finish them. So if you read his poems, you find often it says, Sura kahe Sham suno. Surdas says, my dear Sham, listen to me. But there where it says, Sura Sham kahe, that means Surdas started the poem and Sham finished the poem. Beautiful. And in one of these poems, then what happens here is Krishna has a bet with the Gopals and he lost the bet. And the matter is, if you lose, you have to carry the opponent on your shoulder. Krishna says, no, I didn't lose, you cheated. So all the Gopas, they gathered together. Now we're going to teach this Krishna something. So especially Balaram, he says, you know, Krishna, we know why you're a cheater. See, I don't even believe that you are Yashoda's and Nanda Baba's son. You have been bought from the market. Why are you saying like this, thou? Then he gets very angry, he goes to Yashoda, and he reveals everything what the Gopas are saying. And Yashoda gets upset also. It's a very beautiful song, I will sing it very slowly. Maiya mohi dao bahut khichayo. Say, my dear mother, this Dauji, my elder brother, is very much teasing me today. Moso kahat mol kolino, tu jasumat kabhi jayo re maiya, dao bahut khichayo. He tells me, you cannot be Yashoda's son. You have been bought from the market. So Yashoda's hearing all this. What is Kanna saying? Kaha kaho ihi risi ke mare, khelan kabahu na jaat. Puni puni kahat kaun hai mata, kaun hai tero tat maiya, dao bahut khichayo. Because of this anger, I have not been able to play the whole morning. Just being angry. Again and again, he's saying, who's your mother? Who's your father? Why is he saying like this? Listen. Gore nanda jasoda gori, tu kat shamal gaat, chutki de gwal nachawat, hasat sabai muskat maiya, dao bahut khichayo. You know what he says, Mother Yashoda? Nanda Baba has a fair color. Yashoda has a fair color. How could you be of dark color? It doesn't match. And then he snaps his fingers and they all dance, making fun of me. So Krishna is complaining to Yashoda like this. He says, Tu mohi kamaran sikhi, tu mohi ko maran sikhi, dahu na kabhu na khije, mohan mukhris kije baate, jasumati suni suni rije o maiya, dahu bahut khichayo. Krishna's angry. He says, Mother, I don't want to see you. You have only learned to chastise me. You never say something to Dao. And Yashoda is just completely fascinated the way Krishna is getting angry, the way he interacts, his body language. As he just goes and embraces him, and she says, Sunahu kan balbhadra jabai. Yashoda's reply is also fantastic. Sunahu kan balbhadra jabai, janamate hi ko dhut, sur syam mohi ko dhan ki so, hai mata ko put maiya. So he says, my dear Kana, listen. This Dao, your brother, has been cruel, has been unmannered since his very birth. Since birth, he has been saying that you cannot be Yashoda's son, Yashomati's son. Don't listen to him. And I swear by the wealth of our cows, that's how Yashoda speaks. I swear by the wealth of the cows that you are the son of this mother. So you can imagine that, suppose you're a millionaire, you can go look around and you think, I swear by my wealth that you are my dearest son. So this is the way pastimes enact with Dauji, Balaram and Krishna. So sometimes Balaram, he chooses to please Rukmini, and then he chastises Krishna. So here he's teasing Krishna, but when he got elder, see, Mother Yashoda was always in worry that now he's only stealing butter. What if his stealing practices increase? Who knows, in the future he might even steal a woman. Then I have to learn him manners. So what happens is that Rukmini sent a letter that, my dear Lord, why are you letting the wolves and the jackals steal that prey which is meant for you? This Shishupal, he wants to get married with me. I want to marry with him. you come at the right time and take my hand. So Krishna came in his chariot and he stole Rukmini from the Raivataka mountain. The Mahabharata is a clear description of the, I'm mixing it, not Raivataka mountain. He came to Kundinpur, which is modern-day Maharashtra. So probably for those who want to know, Rukmini was a Marathi princess. And Krishna came and he kidnapped Rukmini. But being a great hero, he had to leave a sign behind. So he blew his shankar that I've arrived. Immediately, the brother of Rukmini, named Rukmi, came to protect his sister. And he tried to fight with Krishna. And then Krishna, he just easily went up to him and tied him in some pieces of cloth and took out his sword. And then from the Rukmini, he saw that Rukmini shaking with fear, but she couldn't say anything because she invited all these problems by writing a letter. And Rukmini was doing his duty to protect the princess, right? So Krishna thought, okay, let me shave him a little bit. So Krishna is not only the Adi Purusham, he's also the Adi shaving man, the Adi barber. So he barbed a little bit, little bit here, a little bit there. Maybe like modern day fashion, you see people have this shaving here and then long hair here. So I don't know where it's past, maybe it's come from that. And he also shaved a little mustache and left something like that. Meanwhile, Balaram came there with the army and saw the situation of Rukmi. He was almost dying in shame, He couldn't protect his sister. He came with great hero, great pomp. I'm going to show this Krishna. And now he was lying there, half shaven and completely distressed. And Balaram saw the situation. Krishna, what have you done? This is not good. You should never insult a family member. Family member? By kidnapping Rukmini, he indicated the marriage is already completed. So now he's a family member. How can you treat him like this? You see? Then he looked at Rukmini, he said, my dear saintly girl, he told her, saintly girl, don't be angry at us because everyone is suffering his own karma. What I was teaching here, that Rukmini is suffering his own karma. Or he's saying in a way that you invited us to come in this way. So he has already been killed by his own karma, Krishna. So why kill him again? This is the logic Balaram applied. But guess what? Later, the same Rukmi, he cheated Balaram in a dice game. Balaram became very angry, took his club and slashed his Rukmini and he was dead. So he is trying to please Rukmini that, chastising Krishna. And Krishna knows the mood of Balaram, so he's not so much reacting to that. He understands what Balaram is saying. So Balaram, he set him free. And then Rukmini, he went away, vowing that he would take revenge. Otherwise, he would not come back. So he could not take revenge. He could not revenge the Supreme Lords. And therefore, he made another city called Bhojakara. He could not return. Now, the same Balaram in Ramalila has a very great role as Lakshman, who is the original Guru Tattva. If you want to know Krishna, want to know Ram, then you have to go through Sankarshan. And there's a great emotional episode when Ram and Lakshman, they meet with Sugriv in Kishkinda, which is, if you have the map of India, Karnataka, Kerala, that area, there's a place called Hampi nowadays. It was the ancient place, kingdom of Sugriv. Because Sita Mata, while she was flying in the Pushpaka Viman of Ravana, in order to leave some signs, some track behind, she took her jewels out and she threw it, tied in a cloth, so that there would be some trace where she went. So the monkey kings, Sugriva, had found these jewels. They said, bring these jewels. And he showed it to Ramachandra. Are these the same jewels of Mother Sita? The Ram was so much in ecstasy. He said, yes. Look, Lakshman, this is Sita's hair jewel, isn't it? These are her earrings, her kundalas. Then Lakshman spoke a verse, crying with tears. He says, Naham janami keyure, Naham janami kundale, Padabandha tubi janami, Nityapada vimandana. He said, I don't know about her hairdress. I don't know about her earrings. But I recognize her ankle bells. Because daily I was paying my obeisance to her lotus feet. This is the mood which Sankarshan has, Balaram has, with Rukmini, the wife of Krishna. And whatever avatar they take, the mood remains the same. So he has a lot of respect for Lakshmi ji, for Rukmini ji, all the forms she takes. That is Balaram's mood. Then also Balaram, and then we'll end here because it's almost 6 o'clock. Balaram chastises the Kauravas for showing his power. What happened is that there was a son of Krishna named Samba. And Prabhupada calls him to be a very naughty son. Why he says? Because he was very attached to his mother, Jambavati. He was always with his mother. But one day, he saw Lakshmana, the daughter of Duryodhana, beautiful princess. And she was all demanded all over Bharatavarsha for her good qualities. So, what should Duryodhana do then? So many kings want her hand, so he let her do a Swayamvar. It's a ceremony where Duryodhana invited all the qualified kings, matching their charts, and then she could choose herself who she wanted. But Samba had another opinion. He went in there and he kidnapped Lakshmana. He put in his shed and he drove off. And all Kshatriyas got together, we're going to stop this Samba. And it was a big fight in which Samba got defeated by being surrounded by many of his princes. Bhishma was part of that. Duryodhana was part of that. In this way, they defeated him. But then Bhishma said, don't kill Samba because he already has touched Lakshmana. And you're showing his heroism. He was brought back into the jail of Hastinapur. So when the message came to Dwarka that Samba has been put in jail by the Kauravas, then Balaram went to solve the solution. And Balaram said, you release Samba, because he's a Yadava hero, and let us settle the matter in a proper way. But the Kauravas were so proud. He said, we are the emperors of the world. By our mercy, these Yadavas can have a kingdom. Now the shoes want to sit on the head? What is this? They actually said like that. The shoes want to climb on the head. Balaram couldn't tolerate it. He started hissing like a snake. And he showed his power. He took his plow and said, I'll show these Kauravas who is more powerful, who's in charge of this world. And he put it into the ground, and the whole Hastinapur was trembling. And he dragged the whole city into the Ganga. When it started happening like this, then all these Kauravas came out and begging, no, please forgive us. Balaram was showing his tremendous power. With one of his plows, he can just drag an entire city into a river. So, and finally the matter was settled, and Samba got married to his Lakshmana, though she didn't want to marry him. This is Kshatriya marriage. Okay. Balaram ji ki? Yeah. Any questions? Comments? We're waiting for Prasad. Oh, Gorarti. Garandraj Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Prabhupada Hari Hari Bol. Standing or?
Yes.
Yeah, take the and go. Do you have a board? Because I don't know by heart.
Yeah, I put it. You just move up.
Yeah.